I used to order by habit, easy app, fast driver, familiar logo. Then I bit into a slice that folded like wet cardboard and a sauce that tasted like dessert. That night sent me down a rabbit hole. Crust mechanics, sauce balance, pepperoni distribution. This countdown exposes 10 chains through that lens. One nails a crisp edge and chewy center. One leans on size over flavor. And one beloved pick coasts on nostalgia while the crust lets you down. Number 1, Chuck E. Cheese. You remember the noise, the lights, the prize wall, but your jaw remembers a dry chew and sweetless sauce. Here's the truth. The crust eats like thin cornbread. Low moisture and lean oil mean it crumbles, not bends. Sauce lands flat, so each bite feels like starch over tomato water. Party pacing makes it worse. Pies sit while kids run games, so the cheese sets and loses melt. Add the box ride home and steam traps turn a warm slice into a rubber band. Texture loss spikes fast when hot air can't vent, and a low hydration dough stales in minutes. Fix it if you're stuck. Order breadsticks and wings for the kids. Skip a full pie and save your teeth the chore. Bottom line, nostalgia feeds memories, not dinner. Number 2, Little Caesars. You grab it because it's there. Fast, cheap, hot. Here's the truth. Speed sells, but what's inside sets the bar. The round pie often brings a crisp edge, but a one-note sauce. Cheese can oil off, so the first bite shines, then turns slick. Pepperoni pops, yet the base flavor stays basic, like turning up the bass while the vocals stay flat. Value here leans on fewer topping tweaks and holding cabinets that keep heat but sap, snap. That crisp can mask a shallow sauce profile, and you taste it by slice 3. Detroit style is the smart play when fresh. Those corner crunches work, but grease can pool if it waits. Ask for well done to firm the bottom, and hit it with crushed red pepper to cut oil. Number 3, Papa John's. 1 pepperoncini, 1 garlic tub. You feel cared for until the first bite. Here's the truth. The sauce leans sweet and the crust eats soft. That hits like dessert when you want a dinner. Testers split on the pillowy edge and the cheese pull. Some slices stretch, others break into chunks. The dip saves bland edges, but it also flags a crust that needs help. Sweet profiles boost first bite appeal, then drag by slice 2. The classic delivery hangover where you feel heavy, not happy. You can steer it. Go thin crust for more snap. Ask for light sauce to tame the sugar. Add extra pepperoni for salt and fat that cuts through. Keep the dip for crust tips only, not full bites. Number 4, Sbarro. Under heat lamps, everything looks glossy. But gloss isn't flavor. Big slices, thin character. Reheat cycles toughen the crust and drain the sauce. What starts as light char shifts to leathery chew and a muted tomato hit. You taste size, not soul. Here's the truth. The New York intent gets lost in mall logistics. Low oven turnover means long holds. Steam builds under domes and in boxes, so the base softens while oregano notes fade. Thin crust needs a high heat flash to snap back, but lamp time blunts that fix. It's like trying to crisp a wet towel with a hairdryer. Heat is there, structure isn't. You can still win. Ask for a fresh reheat or the next pie time. Keep it plain cheese for the best balance. Clean tomato, salt, and melt without soggy weight. Number 5, Domino's. You think it's just the tracker. It's more than that. Mass scale usually dulls taste, but here the crust holds weight and the sauce adds a mild punch. Testers praised even topping spread, a base that cracks then chews and heat that survives the ride. That's logistics doing flavor work. Here's the truth. The dough and screen bake give steady browning, so the center doesn't sag. The app trims oven to door time, which cuts steam damage. Less trapped moisture means edges stay crisp and the middle keeps structure. Sauce stays balanced, seasoned, not loud, so you taste salt, acid, and herb without a sugar crash. Order hand-tossed, extra pepperoni, light cheese. You get snap, fat for flavor, and better balance per bite. Bottom line, this is the reliable default when you need a sure thing. Number 6, Pizza Hut. You crave the old pan. That buttery edge pulls you in. Here's the truth. The pan eats fluffy but heavy. By slice 2, the oil-rich crust slows you down and dulls the sauce. Testers link that bread-like crumb to nostalgia like focaccia's cousin at a tailgate. Comforting, but thick. The salt load and soft bite crowd out the tomato herb notes, so you taste fat and brine first. High oil pans crisp the bottom, yet that same oil loads each chew. When the sauce to crumb ratio tilts, starch takes over and the pie feels like a carb blanket. Good browning without edge crackle signals imbalance, so your palate tires early. Fix it. Go thin and crispy for lighter lift, or ask for light cheese and extra sauce to punch through the richness. Add a side salad to blunt the salt hit. Number 7. Papa Murphy's. No delivery shock. You control the oven, but control can fail. Wrong rack and weak preheat mean a pale bottom and a soggy middle. That's when toppings skate and cheese slides like a rug pulled out from under the slice. Here's the truth. Take and bake shines when you load heat from below. Preheat a pizza steel or a hot sheet so the base sets fast. You get a crisp bottom, live herbs, and a fresh, clean aroma because there's no steam ride from a driver. Higher bottom heat fixes underbaked centers and locks toppings in place. Do it right. Order thin crust, preheat a steel to 500 degrees Fahrenheit, bake on the steel, then finish 1 to 2 minutes straight on the rack for the final dry out and snap. Number 8, Marco's Pizza. You want more herb, more tang, more character? Here's the truth. This sauce shows up. It's louder, sharper, and it doesn't fade after 2 bites. But that only works if the base holds. Reviews praise the herb-forward sauce and a heavy hand with pepperoni. The crust sits between soft and firm, so load it too high and the tip can droop. A bold sauce is heavier by nature. That weight demands color on the bottom and a longer bake to lock the slice. Ask for well done. That extra time firms the center and browns the base so it won't fold like a paper plate. Stick with regular cheese and add extra pepperoni. You get spice, fat, and tang in the right mix. Bottom line, build for structure and you keep the pop without the slump. Number 9, Hungry Howie's. The crust comes seasoned. That's a signal. Here's the truth. Flavor dust can distract from a weak base. When the crumb lacks chew, the edge reads like perfume on a cracked wall. Fans rave about butter garlic and Cajun edges. The first bite pops. But critics flag a soft interior and patchy color when the bottom isn't firm. Oils and powders boost smell and salt, then fade as the slice bends. Surface seasoning spikes impact, but it doesn't fix structure. Hydration and bake time do. Ask for well done to drive out moisture and set the bottom. That longer bake builds chew and keeps oil from pooling under the rim. Pick a lighter flavor edge so you taste spice, not a salt bomb. You'll get snap, aroma, and a cleaner finish. Number 10, Blaze Pizza. You want char, chew, and speed in one run. Here's the truth. Fast fire ovens can deliver all 3, but only when you build it right. Assembly line slips cause soft centers. Too many wet toppings and a heavy pour of sauce soak the base before it sets. That's how you get a limp middle while the rim looks fine, like a roof that sags while the shingles shine. When tuned, the bake hits hard and fast. Leopard-spotted bottom, airy rim, and a sauce with bright acidity that stays clean through the last bite. High-heat deck ovens plus moderate hydration dough make crisp edges and tender chew. Topping restraint keeps heat on the floor and water off the pie, so structure holds. Ask for light sauce, fewer wet toppings, and well done. You'll get stronger browning, a firmer center, and real wood-fired vibes without the white tablecloth price. Here's the truth. Marketing hides weak crust and sweet sauce. Your gut reacts to structure, not slogans. Bake method, heat, and restraint decide if you feel fine or wrecked. A hot floor, a dry finish, and fewer wet toppings change your night. Want the truth about what's really safe? Subscribe now and I'll show you exact orders that hold up on the drive home, and the red flags that don't. Watch for a corrugated base, a candy sweet sauce, and steam-logged boxes.